Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 16th, 2016. This is the morning drive where I drive to work and I read comments from the video before. If I run out of comments, I just start rambling. That's pretty much how it works. There was not a video yesterday due to technical difficulties with YouTube. I did record one, it just didn't upload. It was weird. So I'm just gonna read the comments that I read yesterday, and hopefully this one gets uploaded properly. That is the hope. Let me see if I can just jump in front of this truck really quick and not die. Go! Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay. Yeah. Foot to the pedal and the pedal to the floor. Let's go. Come on. There we go. So, without further ado, let's read the first comment now that I'm safely away from that truck. Okay, now I'm safely away from that truck. That thing's intimidating. Alrighty. So... lost my comments here. There we go. Alright. It is from Marcel M. Despot. Good morning. Have you ever painted a model so dirty that you didn't want to show it to anyone? Have a great day, pal. Yeah, I think that's something everybody has done at some point in time. They just paint something that they look at afterwards and they're like, this is terrible. Oh, that looks so bad. I'm going to say it now, and then I'm going to regret it after, but Josh's Warcaster for the War Machine campaign that we're doing, Rusty, I am not happy with the paint job at all. I had to speed paint it, and I don't know if it was just my impatience or just I have no idea what it was. Something happened to that model, and it just looked absolutely terrible where I went back. I had to go back to it and try and fix it a little bit, but oh man. I was not happy with that model at all. It looked terrible. So there's mine. Mitchell Sampson, have you ever checked out Drop Zone Commander or Drop Fleet Commander? I've never played them, but I've looked at them a couple of times. I've been interested in playing them, but at the same time, it's one of those, I'm not interested in starting a whole new game and a whole new army and collecting stuff, and that's just the whole thing there. But if somebody like locally had an army and was willing to teach me how to play a game or two, I might end up actually buying one. But that's pretty much where I'm at with that one. It looks really cool. I like the idea of it. It looks an awful lot like the Halo Fleet Battles. And I know Halo Fleet Battles came after Drop Zone Commander, but I've looked at that, and that one really turns my crank because I like Halo. But I look at that and I'm like, well, I feel like Halo's the lighter version of it. If I want to play the actual tabletop version that this game type was intended for, I need to play Drop Fleet Commander. So that's where I'm at with that one. I'm probably going to try it at some point. I just haven't tried it yet. I know of it though. All right. Next comment is from that guy on YouTube. Hey Quirk, do you want to grow this channel? Do you want to keep this channel just for morning drives and occasional game, or do you want to branch out into other stuff? And also, why do you point Nerf guns at poor old Steve? And for Dave thing, I was almost asleep when I watched it, so I just wanted to make sure. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that just kind of rambled on a bit. I don't really know what I want to do with this YouTube channel. Morning drives are kind of just like my default. It's pretty simple. I just hook up a camera, print off the comments from the day before, and drive to work. That's pretty cut and dry and straightforward, and I get weird looks from people sitting at bus stations. So that's pretty much where that one's at. I would like to start getting into gaming and stuff like that with it. I just haven't had the time, and most of the gaming that I do, like for video games anyway, I do on my Xbox, and it's really, really a huge pain to get it from Xbox to YouTube. At least for the equipment I have, because what I do with it is I run it, I feel like I'm Archer with the rewiring and routing things through to get the voice message to work. But I play Halo, I upload it to Twitch, then I go on Twitch and I transfer it over to a Ghost YouTube account, then I take that Ghost YouTube account and I download it to my computer, then I take it on my computer and I edit it so it's got a little bit more stabilization to it and it flows a little bit nicer. Then I re-upload it back to YouTube on this account, as opposed to just being like, oh, YouTube capture, done. So that's my own fault, but whatever. As for tabletop gaming and stuff like that, most of the time, if I'm playing a tabletop game, I feel like it's a waste to not record it to put it up on many wargaming sites. So when I'm playing War Machine, or if I'm playing 40K, or if I'm playing pretty much anything, I feel like it has to be recorded to go up on the main wargaming site. So I don't really record things for this channel. If I was going to, it would be the things that Mini Wargaming doesn't cover. So it would be stuff like Infinity or Malifaux or just whatever. But it would have to be the games that we don't cover at Mini Wargaming, because then I would feel like I'm taking from the company when I'm recording something for this channel. So, and I don't want to do that. But right now it's just kind of, I'm really just getting a kick out of seeing how many comments and stuff like that you guys shoot my way, and it's, I don't know, it's just a fun way to kind of directly interact with the community for like Mini Wargaming and stuff like that. So that's kind of what the whole intent of this YouTube channel was. It was just like, okay, to be honest, the whole reason I made this YouTube channel is because I was walking through a Best Buy and I saw a phone mount for your car, and I was like, oh, that's a cool thing. And I was like, huh, I wonder if I could flip it around the other way and use the camera on my phone. Oh wait, I have a front-facing camera on my phone, I don't have to flip it around. Maybe I should make a YouTube channel. And I bought this $12 car mount, and here we are today. So that's pretty much how this whole idea came to be, as lackluster as that is. But no, I don't really have any huge aspirations for this channel. I'm just, you know, it's fun to interact with you guys, and every now and then if I play a game and I happen to be recording it, I'll throw it up there as well, and I get to do the Irritated War Gamers, which are just a nice way to vent. So, you know, that's pretty much where I'm at with that. And I always point Nerf guns at everybody. I got a new Nerf gun in, I have a Nerf gun right here in my car to go shoot people with at work. It's right here. I'm excited to shoot this thing. This is like the adult version of Nerf guns. Who wouldn't be excited to shoot that thing? So, that's a very serious mustache that guy has going on. That is like all the way down. It's just one episode of the Morning Drive, just me judging other drivers. Alright, Dr. Williams, Quirk, don't get fired for the lateness. I would hate to see Matt sign that pink slip. Yeah, me too. I would really prefer if he didn't sign that pink slip, personally. But, yeah. It's starting to rain. And it's sunny out? I might see a rainbow. It'll be magical. I'll tell you guys about it if I see a rainbow. Okay. Next comment is from Lane Stanquist, the guy who leaves incredibly long comments. What is your favorite homemade insult for people who you dislike, or do you have any? My personal favorite has been a douche nozzle. Given that as a tip of the douche Tom, or say anything to anyone, why don't you just buy some new asshole oars for your douche canoe at the jerk store? Those are good. One of my personal favorites is when I upset somebody and they start getting upset with me, I just look them straight in the eye and I go, you know, if you work really hard and gather up all the materials, you can use them to build a bridge and then use that bridge to get over it. So that's my personal one. That's my favorite one to use. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really have much for insults. They all just kind of come up on the fly. Cody Asher, are you generally a sci-fi or fantasy fan? Also, what authors do you like? I'm more of a sci-fi than fantasy kind of guy. I like science fiction. I like the whole space travel idea. I like the whole power armor idea. Different weapons, futuristic weapons, things that, like when you look at fantasy for the most part, unless it's like some sort of a weird one-off material, like someone's just like, it is the, well, this is going back to fantasy things, is that it's usually going to be one of a handful of items. It's the staff of whomever, it's the orb that was carried by this guy, it was the ring that Buddy wore. It's all jewelry or generic small items or large items. It's never like a fusion core reactor or a arc stabilization something. Like, it's just, I like the whole science like theme to stuff, and I like just that I don't know what it is that someone's interacting with when they don't know what they're interacting with. Whereas in fantasy, it's like, oh, there's a strange beast in that cave. Well, that could be one of a many handful of mythical creatures. Who knows? Whereas in sci-fi, it's just like, okay, there's something in that like cabin or something in that ship, and it's like, okay, it could be anything, including those mythical creatures. So I like that whole aspect of it. As for my favorite authors, I'm a huge fan of anything that was co-produced by Dan O'Connor, because that's just Halo stuff. Dan Abnett is really good. Ben Counter, I think his name is. He did a lot of the Space Marine Grey Knight stuff, so I like that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any authors, but those are the ones that come to mind. So, yeah, I'm more sci-fi than fantasy. Right. Addo409, hey man, what happened to old mate who was doing the web editing for you guys? Oh, Charlie. I'm not sure if he wants me to explain what happened, but I'm going to anyway. Charlie was very, very ill, and due to his ailment, he was actually unable to come into work for a long period of time, and then finally one day he came in, he looked like death, and told Matt that he wouldn't be able to keep working because he has to worry about his health and get that taken care of. So he basically left Mini Wargaming to go and deal with his health, and that's pretty much what happened there. So I'm not going to get into too many details, mostly because I don't know too many details. I just know the basics, which was he's very, very sick and decided to no longer work with us so that he could focus on getting better. And that being said, it's a very severe ailment of some kind. I don't know which one it is. I think so. Yeah, that's what happened to Charlie. I miss Charlie. He was a really cool dude. All right. Shane7476. Good morning. What was the first model you picked up for War Machine and Hordes, and did you pick it up because it was cool factor, or because it's cheese in game? I picked it up because it was a new cool thing. It was Retribution. That's pretty much what it was. I got the Retribution starter box. Played around with that a little bit. Got really used to using Kalissa's just crazy, awesome, I ignore everything abilities, which I thought was really, really cool. Got a little bit more into Retribution, and then through a number of trading and collecting and selling and whatever, I now have no Retribution models. Actually, no, I have like 4 Retribution models, but I have almost full armies of everybody else. So, I have a Khador army, I have a Circle army, I have... It's easier to say what I don't have. I don't have Trolls, I don't have Gatormen, and I don't have Retribution. That narrows it down pretty much. Everything else I have actually quite a good collection of. Enough to play at least 50 points with 2 different lists. So. Next comment is from the Nike 15. Good morning from Florence, Quirk. Ooh, hello. Nice done. Whoa. Nice to know about energy drinks, by the way. I have a bit of a personal question. Can you work with miniatures like this all day? Did you ever get tired by it? I know that it's your passion, and it's mine too, but I can't imagine myself doing it as both a job, the painting, because you must instead... Whoa. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. So basically he's asking, do I get tired of the hobby because it's what I do for a hobby and it's also what I do for work? Yeah, I do. There are days when I go in and I look at all the miniatures and I go, nope, this is not happening today. And I go work on something else. I'll work on lore, I'll work on videos, I'll answer emails, I'll do something completely different. I will not touch a model. You get burnt out. It happens. It's one of those too much of a good thing. So, which is why I'm super excited that Matt keeps mixing it up and throwing different things at us. So it might be, yeah, it's a miniature, but it's a completely different miniature that we're working with, which is really, really cool and fun. So, but yeah, you definitely can get burnout, and it's no bueno. Like I said in a previous video, that's why I have a couple miniatures on my desk that I just paint for the sake of painting. I don't care, they're never going to be seen on camera. I just have them so that I can throw paint on a model, and just, if I'm having a bad painting day and I still want to paint something, but I know it's not going to be a good paint job, I have models at my desk just to do that too, so that I can get it out of my system and then go back to actually doing better quality painting on other miniatures. I'm sure everybody's had it that day, especially with the previous comment I said of the pet miniature, where you want to paint, but at the same time you know it's not going to be very good, whether it's your hands are shaky, the paint's not going to flow right, you can't get the paint where it wants to go, you can't get the paint to do what it wants to do, but you want to paint something, and by the time you're done you look at it, you're like, this looks terrible. I have a miniature just for that, and it's probably got about 9 coats of paint on it at this point, because it's also my experiment model. It's the one that I like. If I'm like, I wonder if I can do sky, earth, non-metallic metal, I'll grab it and be like, all right, let's do this. And I start playing with it. I'm like, nope, I still can't do this. I put it back and I forget about it for 2 weeks or so. But I finally learned how to paint marble, and that was something I learned through that model. Yeah, I learned someone how to paint marble. But well. Next question is from Dr. Williams. How many times can you say meow during the drive? Let's just try it out, right? Meow. Come on, meow. That's not even funny. If you don't get the reference, it's from Super Troopers. I definitely recommend you go watch it, right? Meow. Thorium 1986. Morning. Any idea when the Wolves of Russ will be getting the Forge World 30K treatment? Meow. I don't. I wish I did. It'd be really, really, really helpful if I knew that, but I don't. Next comment is from GRMTHMPSN. I don't actually know how you pronounce that name. Quirk, do you play board games, IG, Zombicide, or just board games? I love board games. Board games are like awesome, yeah. So every Friday, Rob has been getting a bunch of people to go to his house and play board games, and it's super fun. But the thing is, I went and I tried to play one board game with him, and nothing against Rob, nothing against the guys. It's just I turn into super competitive mode because I love winning board games. Doesn't matter if I'm playing, like, you have to be really young and really innocent for me to not try in a board game against you. It actually got to a point once where I was playing Risk, and it was like fantasy Risk at a friend's house in Thunder Bay, and it got so escalated that she threatened to throw me out of her house if I attacked her. So, and I'm like, I'm in Thunder Bay right now, I don't have anywhere to go. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. So, but I love board games. I haven't tried Zombicide. I want to. I've played pretty much all of the Games Workshop board games. Not the specialty games, just like their generic board games. So like Execution Force, and I'm still gonna count the Betrayal on Calth as a board game. It feels like a board game. So yeah, I've played those. They're fun. Right. Next up we have Tamu Tohi? Okay. I believe this was asked in the sit and talk but never answered. If you were a Pokemon, what would you be? And the rest of the mini wargaming crew. Chris would be Snorlax. I'm gonna do just the first 150 because that's the only ones that I actually know. Chris would be Snorlax. I feel like I'd be Pikachu just because I'm the smallest guy in the office. I'm freaking annoying, and the amount of energy drinks I drink, it would be surprising if I couldn't shoot lightning bolts, or at least generate electricity. I'm trying to think of everybody as I'm pulling to the parking lot here. Matt would be like Abracadabra or Alakazam, just because he's got that whole thing going on where he's smarter than everybody. Steve would be, I'm totally running through the Pokemon I have right now. I feel like Steve would be a Blastoise or a Venusaur. I can't figure out which one though. Josh would be. Oh, what would Josh be? I feel like Josh would be like a Hitmon champ or a Hitmon Lee or something like that, but that doesn't seem. No, Rob would be one of those easily. Rob would be one of those. Dave. Oh, Josh would be a. Oh, it's gone. It's like the boulder with arms. I can't remember his name. Oh well. I feel like Dave would be a Raichu. Yep. Like a evolved version of me, because he's just so energetic. It's ridiculous. And Lee. I don't know what Lee would be. I can't even think of that. But yeah, that's all I got for comments for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will get it uploaded as soon as possible. Hopefully as I answered all your questions. Don't forget, guys, leave a comment below if you want your question answered on the next morning drive, which will be tomorrow. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Happy wargaming.